Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to talk about DigitalOcean Droplet. In the last video, we have seen how to sign up for DigitalOcean, how to configure your payment option there, and in this video, we are moving one step forward and create our own Droplet. So, what is Droplet? DigitalOcean Droplet. So, each Droplet is a virtual machine, or you can say Linux-based operating system. So, suppose you create two droplets there, means you have two computers hosted there or two website hosted there. You can make use of it, two applications hosted there. So whatever I am saying, you will understand shortly, right? So let's create our first droplet in DigitalOcean. So we are already logged into our account, and when you will log in, you will get a similar interface like this. So this is the first option where you can manage all your projects. I have two projects ongoing. One is Nitesh and second is cloud computing. We can in fact add additional projects. So on this page itself, it's is asking to create get started with a droplet. So it is asking us to create our very first droplet. We can either click on this here, or we can also go to droplet section here, and then we can create our new droplet by clicking on this top menu here, right? So we will go by creating our first droplet from here. So let us click on get started with a droplet. So once you click on this, you will be greeted with choose an image. So basically it is asking for which operating system you want to create, right? Which computer you want on your cloud computing. You can either go with Ubuntu, you can go with FreeBSD, you can go with Fedora, you can go with Debian to install Kali Linux, you can also go with CentOS, and you have already different options to install various versions of the operating system in each of this, right? So in this video we'll be creating a Ubuntu base operating system, and we'll be using operating system version 18.04.3. You have also option for container distribution. You can also directly search from marketplace, and you can install pre-built operating system that we will see in later videos. Like if you want to host a WordPress website, you can use this. If you want to use a Docker, you can directly install this. If you want to use a LAMP server, you can install this. And you have also an option to import your own custom image. Suppose you want to import your customized Kali Linux operating system here, you can do that also by this custom image. But for this purpose of this video, we'll be going with Ubuntu. And in the second option, it's asking for choose a plan. So you can go with standard, general purpose, CPU optimized. So you have $60 and you need to invest that $60 in 2 months. So you can go with this 20 per month. So in 2 months it will be 40, and $20 you can use for any other things if you want, or even you can increase the size. But for my purpose and most of the people, $20, 4 GB, 80 GB, and 4 TB hard disk is much for any task of hacking, right? So it is asking for if you want more storage space. So currently we don't want that, so we will leave it blank. So now it is asking for your data center region. So choose this nearest to your country. So if you will select, suppose you are staying in New York, you will select this. If you are staying in San Francisco, you can select this. If you are in India, you should select this. So always select data center nearest to your country, but it is not going to affect much. But keeping data in your own country is a good way of saving your data. Now it is asking for VPC network, so we don't want that also. And in addition, it's asking for select additional options, so we don't need IPv6 or user data or monitoring. Now authentication type, there are two type of authentication. For this video I'll be showing one time password authentication that will be sent to your email. Later in this series of video, you will also know how to configure SSH connection, right? So SSH is more secure way of authenticating, but for now we will go with one-time password. And here it is asking for choose a host name, so you can change it. So we can name it Digital Ocean Droplet, or simply leave it Digital Ocean. So it is asking for tag, left it blank, so it is selecting a project. So the project that we have created here, so you can keep one type of computers in one project. So I am creating it for demonstration, so I'll be keeping all these things in cloud computing. Then it's asking, do you want to create a backup if something messy happens? So if you want, you can click on this, you have money to do that, and if not, you simply click on create droplet. Once you will click on create droplet, it's saying Digital Ocean was added to cloud computing, and a Digital Ocean is now start creating your computer, your virtualized computer, and within few seconds your computer will be live. So you are seeing this bar has increased, and now your Digital Ocean computer is created, your droplet is created, and an email has been sent to your registered email ID. Apart from that, you can also click here and you can do different things. So we have created the droplet. Now let us verify, let us get the email ID and password sent to our droplet, so we can log into this droplet. So this is the password that is sent to my email address along with the username, which is root. So I will right click, copy this password here. You can find this username and password in your email, the email that you use to sign up to Digital Ocean. Now, for now, we will be connecting access our console by clicking on this access console. So once you will click on this, your Digital Ocean will fire up your computer. So it is asking Digital Ocean login. This Digital Ocean means the name that you have provided. If you have provided Kali, it will say Kali login. If you have provided your name, it will say your name login. So the username will be root in every case. Then it is asking for password. Enter the password that has been sent to your email ID by right clicking and pasting it, and it will not display, so click enter. So it's asking you are required to change your password immediately, so changing password for root. So it is again asking for the password that has been sent to your email ID. Again right click and paste it down and hit enter. So now it is asking for enter a new Unix password. So we will set a new Unix password. So I'm just typing my new Unix password, then hit enter. Then I will retype my new Unix password and hit enter. So now my password has been changed. Let us now do a clear screen by typing clear and then ls. So nothing is there. So what you can do now, we have created our droplet. Now the first thing we need to do is to do apt-get update. So we will be start doing all these things when we will be start configuring our operating system. So this video was only to create droplet and accessing it. So we have created our droplet and access it inside our droplet. So this is our computer that we have accessed. Now in the next video you will learn how to configure your Ubuntu operating system inside this. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you have any feedback, do tell me in the group, or you can directly reach out to me through WhatsApp or my mail. And for any doubt, any clarification, reach out to me directly and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you for watching the video.